Yizzo, supreme, supreme, abundance, abundance, abundance. Yizzo, Yizzo, supreme, 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 my people, abundance. Yizzo, Yizzo. I'm not a god. I know some people like to call each other gods, but I'm not God. God spelled backwards is dog. I'm an angelic, benevolent being. No disrespect, though. I just want to tell you, I'm not a god. I'm not a god. I'm not a teacher. I'm one of many great reminders down here. Supreme, supreme, everybody, supreme. No disrespect, brother. Word means something. So, just so that you understand, that's why they got us to talk in the first place, because they understood the spell. No disrespect, bro. It's okay. I understand. Trust me. Right now, according to a lot of the programs that we have, God is the highest supreme. But I understand what that means. That really the highest supreme is really the lowest supreme. So I'm not a God. I'm not a God. I'm not a teacher. I never claimed to be any of those things. You know what I do claim myself to be? One of many great reminders down here. That's what I said. I never called myself anything outside of that. Never did. Never did. And again, before I go any further, I just want to ask the people that have been watching my videos over the time, and more importantly, the ones that have been watching my videos but always trying to have some sort of conflict with me. You never answer any of the questions that I ask you. You haven't answered not one question regarding chromosomes. You haven't answered one question regarding homozygous versus heterozygous. You never answered one question. Hold on for 1 second. Hold on, my people. Give me 1 second. Bear with me for 1 second. Bear with me for 1 second. We love you, Kalad. Man, I value and I appreciate you all. That's because they can't debunk it. Man, I value and I appreciate you all, man, for real. They want me to single myself out and make it seem like I'm greater than everybody else. The fuck out of here. We ain't doing none of that. My greatness come from my discipline and my intuition and my third eye. Other than that, everybody can do that. Hold on for 1 second though, people. Bear with me for 1 second. But as I'm going to go do this, I want you to look at the background. This is supposedly leaked footage of 3-Eye Atlas. This is supposedly leaked footage of 3-Eye Atlas. Okay, my people. So now, this right here is supposedly leaked footage. No, can you hear me? I know I had muted my joint, but I'm back now. So just as long as y'all can hear me now. I had muted it. I was doing something. Now, the solar observatories that has been monitoring 3i Atlas have been shut down. They shut them down. So it's no more observing, or it is observing. Those machines aren't observing it no more. So there's no clear pictures. Nothing else is supposed to be coming. But this right here is supposedly what is one of the last videos or images that they have caught from 3i Atlas. Now, if y'all go back and think about Amunra looks similar to that, but it was smaller than that, a little bit smaller. That there is supposed to be about 12 miles long. That's supposed to be like the size of, I think, Manhattan or some parts of New York. It's supposed to be large. Now, I want to say, what they're expected, what is supposed to be here, they said the end of October, then they said November. Now they're saying right after the winter solstice. I am not here to convince anybody that there are other life forms that are intelligent. Hey Tiff, what's up, love? I am not here to convince you of that. You don't have to be convinced of that. If that's you, whatever you want to believe in your mind, that's fine. That's cool. But I would tell you to do something. Look around on the planet. Look at other races of people. How did they come into existence? This is the number one thing that you should be paying attention to and thinking about. No, I don't want to say that. The number one thing you should be paying attention to is yourself, your reflection, which is your children, and your genetics. The sun, everything that reflects you, that's what you should be paying attention to. But if you're on the fence about what's what and who is who, when you look into genetics, when you look into science, all branches of science and the basics of them, you will know that there is an intelligent species on the planet. If the complex cell organism can create fake babies or artificial babies, which is already, they're artificial themselves. And people don't know what artificial intelligence is. It's not Siri, it's not Alexa, it's not Elon Musk making some cyborg. Those are the new artificial intelligence. The original artificial intelligence that is in front of you is the complex cell. That's artificial. What is artificial? Something that is not natural. They're not natural on a planet that's ran off of solar radiation. Their skin is a repellent of solar radiation. This is why they lack empathy. This is why they lack remorse. This is why they have no moral compass. This is why they exhibit behaviors of a cold and callous foreign species. This is why everywhere they go, they leave death and destruction behind, because they're not creative. So you must understand something. They never created anything other than inventing death. That's because that's what they experience, and they had to force that onto you. So now the only way, just so that y'all know, let me tell you the mental with them, the psyche with them. See, when they told you that for you to pray for a better life in the next one, as a divine being, that's them. They're hoping that whenever this body is no longer functional, that they can actually live somewhere else outside of that body, and they can't. This is nothing but a suit. There is a soul that inhabits that suit. They don't have a soul. They are nothing but energy. That's why their bodies now are having problems biosynthesizing the sun. This is why they are breaking down. And this is not a video to hate them. It's not a, see, they want to shame you for speaking about true facts. When they said that we were 3/5 of a human being, that we were dogs, that we were less than dogs, that we were a mutation, we were evolved from monkeys, we were a species that was full of diseases. That's called racism. That's called hatred. When you take my children and you put my children in a boiling pot of water, that's called hatred. When you rape a woman repeatedly against her will, that's called hatred. When you do scientific experiments on a woman's vaginal area against her will with no anesthesia, no nothing, that's called hatred right there. Name a black person that performed those sick, horrific acts for all other races of people. Name one black man. You can name a black man that had owned slaves. I'm not going to tell you. Michael Jordan owned slaves. LeBron James owned slaves. What do you mean? I can go. The list can go on. Lil Wayne owned slaves. You can name any of those male artists and male actresses and actors. Denzel Washington owned slaves. You know why? Because they lure you to sleep. You allow people. Just think, my people, they allow you to speak about things that's going to trigger you as well as keep you docile at the same time. That is the whole purpose of putting these people in your face. I posted a video yesterday regarding the men, the black men that are now at an alarming rate practicing homosexuality. And it was such an uproar. And you know, the first thing they say, like, Kala, I can't watch this video. Why would you post this video? You're okay with me posting a video regarding food stamps and Social Security being cut off. It's okay with you with that, when none of that affects our future generational bad in the first place. In fact, the food stamps and stuff being cut off actually helps our future generation. It's going to cut down on diabetes. It's going to cut down on high blood pressure. It's going to cut down on glaucoma. It's going to cut down on the fact that your bone erosion. It's going to cut down on all of that. Once that is out the door, it's going to cut down on laziness, mental laziness and physical laziness. You see, that is the most important part. But you didn't want to see that. And then for me to post a video showing the behaviors of a male today should be a direct insult to the so-called black woman, because you're the only one that can birth us. It shouldn't have been as many males in the comments upset. It was so many males in the comments upset, and you're absolutely right. But it should, for every one male that was in the comments that was upset, it should have been 20 to 30 females that were upset. And guess what? You had women in there actually defending the bullshit. You had women in there talking about it's free will, it's free choice. You actually had that shit. And then, oh my gosh, Kala, why would you say the woman is responsible for this? She plays a role in the homosexuality that has been blown up, that has been magnified in our communities, regardless if you want to face that fact or not. And it's okay. You don't have to accept it. I am telling you, think about the things that are taking place right now on the planet. Jay-Z and Beyonce, y'all all thought Jay-Z was a gangster. Jay-Z was gangster rapping. Jay-Z thoroughly shit. They're raising their children of their son to be fucking gay. That's crazy. What are we doing here? That doesn't make any sense. How are you gangster and you're doing that? Kanye West. Oh my gosh, did you hear what Kanye West say about the Jews? Did you hear? Y'all like fish, like worm. They put a worm on a hook and you just jump right on that shit. Like, oh my gosh, Kanye West said something powerful. No, he didn't. He's still saying that these people are real. He went from one complex cell, one eukaryotic cell, one unnatural artificial intelligence to the next artificial intelligence. He don't even want to have babies with his own reflection of his mother. That's crazy. How is that even working for y'all? Y'all don't get the game that's being played right in front of our faces? We don't get this shit? That's just being real. And now that this shit here is coming to the planet, they want to make it seem like, oh my gosh, this is the big show that's happening. No, understand something. You don't see your brothers and sisters sitting in the skies and just watching this shit? What are you talking about? our brothers and sisters are already looking at this shit going down. This right here, they don't got shit to do. I'm gonna be fully honest with you. If this right here is a part of us, it's only coming here so it can push it's only here to push the entities that has been hiding in the dark, out in the open. But if you want to ask me, I think this right here has everything to do with the false invasion. Now, what I mean by false invasion, it's going to look like it's going to be some sort of a war, some sort of a problem that's going on, but it's not, because now they're going to introduce these species and call them the help. They're going to call them, we travel interstellar, we travel millions of miles to get here to this planet, and we're here to help. We're here to assist you. I don't trust none of that at all. So just so that you know, I don't trust it. You know what you look like. All you have to do right now is, if this is coming to Earth, then what's all the other shit that's up in the sky already? No, Project Bluebeam, that's not going to be I want y'all to know Project Bluebeam is already in effect. I already did a video on that. Look at what when you look at your computers, when you look at your laptops, when you look at your cell phones, when you look at your gaming systems, that's Project Bluebeam. It's frying your pineal gland, frying your pineal gland. Look up and what Bluebeam is doing to the pineal gland. It is frying this shit right here. Just so that you know that. So Project Bluebeam already is in effect. They're not going to be able to project some physical shit that people are physically going to see. You're not going to be able to project something in the sky. They're going to physically see this. It's a fake invasion because they're going to make it seem like they're going to war with something, but they're really not, or they have a problem with something, but they really don't. It's all an illusion. But these physical beings are going to have to show themselves. Even in the Bible, everything that's happening right now is in the Bible, in Revelations and Genesis. The devil and his dominions will be visible to the naked eye. This is where 3-eye atlas come in. 1, 2, 3. 3-eye atlas. And if you look at what your atlas is that C1 cervical at the top of your C1 cervical. Atlas is the balance of your motherfucking skull. Right now, we're leaning like when you see Jesus on a cross and he's dying, how does he look? His head is slumped down to the side. When your pineal is calcified and it's not operating, it's slumped down to the side. Just like that. Now it's coming online because you're being hit with a different type of frequency. No matter what you put inside of your body is to wake you up. Everybody's pineal gland is vibrating, whether it's vibrating at a high frequency or it's vibrating like a little, just a little bit. You're saying because of all the drinking. This is why they promote alcohol so much. Look at what they have promoted over the last 5 to 6 years. Alcohol, alcohol, alcohol. Over the last 2 years, alcohol, alcohol. Look at our youth drinking alcohol in school. They are in school popping bottles of alcohol, 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 alcohol. And what does alcohol do to your brain cells? What is wrong with y'all? Y'all not peeping this movie, and a lot of us are not peeping it because we don't want to, because we don't want to deal with direct reality. Now, I want to say this too. This is what I meant to say before I got more into 3-eye atlas, and I'm gonna get back to 3-eye atlas, but I want to say this to the people, right? My videos, right? I have asked plenty of people to answer these questions, and they have never answered the fucking questions. You know why they don't want to answer the questions? Because there's too much truth in them, and they don't know how to respond to it. They don't want to. It fucks up their ideology. It fucks up the stories that they're telling you. They're lying to you and manipulating you. So here we go. Why do we have 46 chromosomes organized into 23 pairs? Do you not understand what that means? 46 chromosomes and they're organized into 23 pairs. Somebody organize your fucking chromosomes so they can be in pairs, so they make sure they pair up with each other, meaning recessive gene versus dominant gene. This is what they did with the fucking chromosomes. And then on top of that, 22 of the chromosomes are autosomal chromosomes, which are recessive genes. How is that possible? Your 46 chromosomes are copying themselves. They're recopying themselves, and they're taking from the recessive and the dominant gene, which is our alleles that you can point out. Now, Here we go right here. That's the question. That's one of the questions, and everything. It's all one whole question. So I'm just asking, how do we have 46 chromosomes when bees and wasps don't have 46 and a bunch of chromosomes? Any animal that you pull up on this planet that has a bunch of fucking chromosomes, that is a genetic modified species. Just so that you know. Now, when you go back, here's the next question. 46 organized into 23 pairs. 22 of them are recessive chromosomes. One of them are your sex chromosomes. Now, let's move a little further than that. How did we go from haploids to diploids? Haploids meaning that you have a single or two chromosomes. The woman should have two chromosomes because she's producing the male. So how do we have how do we have multiple chromosomes? 46 bees, wasps, ants are two or one chromosome, high in the French toast. And bees and wasps do more for this fucking planet than 90% of the species that's on this fucking planet. Now, let's move a little further after I asked you how do we go from haploids to diploids. What's the difference between heterozygous and homozygous? Now, listen to the words heterozygous and homozygous. These words are just playing with your fucking mind, because if you're a homo, you know what that means, right? And you're hetero, because a lot of us say we're heterosexual. Technically, we're not. If you really if you understand science, that's not the case. These motherfuckers are heterosexuals. We are homozygous. Just so that you know, and Clyde, I'm not no fucking homo. Excuse me, you don't understand what that terminology means. See, if you was never programmed, we black people, so-called black people, we never practice homosexuality. You can't find not one male species in nature that practice that's natural, that's practicing homosexuality. You don't see hippopotamus doing that. You don't see elephants doing that. You don't see lions doing that unless they are in captivity and they're being drugged up and induced. You don't see them doing none of that. So homozygous, and I'm just gonna give y'all, I'm gonna help the ones that be trying to come on my page or be trying to play me or what. I don't know what the fuck y'all be trying to do, because you be wanting some attention. So let me help you out, because you know you're not going to be able to explain this to people. Homozygous and heterozygous. The reason why black people are homozygous, because when I reproduce with a black woman that actually produces me, our genetics are the fucking same. This is the problem. We are the same. You understand? Even though I'm a masculine male, masculine energy, which is protons, and she's electrons, but when we merge together, it's the same when it comes to reproduction. Follow me? That's homozygous. Heterozygous is when you have two different fucking species. So that you know, you have two different species. Now, take this for example. Let's say the mother has blue eyes and blind motherfucking hair. The father has dark eyes and dark hair. What happens is when they have sex and their genes start to create a new baby, guess what genes take the back seat? The recessive genes. Now, because the baby is growing in the mother still shows dominance. But in their case, guess what happens? All her genes are not dominant. So every one of her children are not going to come out with blue eyes and fucking blonde hair. They're going to come out with dark eyes, dark hair. One of them might come out, depending upon how many children or offspring she have, one of them might come out with blue eyes, but the dark gene is going to take over, and the recessive gene is going to take a step back. So heterozygous, here's another thing. All of them are not created equal. So let's take this for example. Let's say, first of all, the white woman is spliced with a bobonos monkey. The white man is spliced with a chimpanzee monkey. Even though those monkeys look similar, look at nature, even though they look similar, they're two different species, just so that you know that. So she is spliced with a bobonos monkey, he is spliced with a chimpanzee. Now, they all don't share the same DNA, the same percentage. So let's just say she has wolf, dog, cat, fruit fly, zebrafish, right? He has the same, let's say he has muskrat, zebrafish, wolf, dog, cow, chicken DNA. What happens is when those DNA start to start to formulate together and to create that fetus, right? What happens is, depending upon what genetics is dominant, she might have 60% chicken, he might have 30% chicken. That 60% chicken takes over. So let's say she has 20% or 40% zebrafish, he has 98% zebrafish. That zebrafish from him take over. This is why they say males can determine the sex of the child, when that's not the fucking case at all when it comes to us. Just so that you know that. We don't even determine the sex of the child, because when we start to realize what happens is what's happening on this planet, we don't even determine the sex of the child. The child already comes into you with the sex. The energy produces the DNA. The DNA produces what? The suit. So whatever energy you are, that's what the universe don't make mistakes. I heard somebody literally tell me, and you're in a biology class. That's what makes it so fucking sad. You're in a biology class and you're gonna say on the lie, write a long unintelligent soliloquy to tell me that there how did you say there are animals on this planet that practice homosexuality? You show me in the fucking cosmos and any natural animal. First, all species on this planet gets its intelligence from where? The sun, via the cosmos, via the sun. All species on this planet gets their intelligence from where? The cosmos, via the sun. So you telling me that the cosmos is confused? You telling me the cosmos is sending down genetic information to tell fucking male animals to practice that bullshit? No, these are species that has been genetically modified and created on this planet. The entity that's here has been playing God for quite some fucking time. Before you can get the human race up and running, you had to experiment and get other shit up and moving first. So that way you can build the confidence up to create that motherfucker. You see what I'm saying to you? You had to build your confidence up to say, oh, I can now get this species up and running. So again, those are the questions that I have asked over and over. You can't answer the fucking questions, and those are more important than us talking about it's an alien fight. It's an alien war going on out there. Motherfuckers want to distract you and keep you in a sleeping slumber regarding shit happening on other planets and other realms and other dimensions. Oh my gosh, man. Did you hear the story, or you hear the story about the lions, the lioners, and the fucking insectoids and the dragonflies? Who the fuck cares about what's going on outside of this realm? I'm concerned about what's happening right here in this room with us. And they don't want to focus on that shit. That's why they continue to keep you in a sleeping slumber with bullshit. So again, I don't want to hear anything until you can answer those questions right there, because those questions liberate our children. And if you can't, those questions liberate our children. Those questions help us break generational curses. You see? Those questions help break generational curses. You can't explain to me how animals that never even lived in the same proximity of one another took their DNA and fused it together to make what you call the Asian man, the Arab man, and the white man. You can't tell me. You can't explain that to me. Even the East Indian, Dr. Shiva and them, you can't even explain to me how these people came in existence. And because you look for something. Because you look for something from these people, you have to go back and watch the video. I'm not repeating all of that shit. Okay, here we go, and I'm not gonna go into it. What's the difference between heterozygous and homozygous? How do we go from haploids to diploids? Why do we have 46 chromosomes organized in 23 pairs, and 22 of them are autosomal chromosome, which is a recessive gene, and one is our sex chromosome? How do we get all that? That's it. How do we do that? So that's in a nutshell. And I elaborated on heterozygous and homozygous. So other than that, so these people want to keep you in a sleeping slumber. I'm telling you this. It's not beneficial for us to talk about if the food stamps cut off.
It's not beneficial to talk about where we're going to get. How we are black, so-called black people. We're never in survival mode. That's a program that has to be in your mind. You have nothing but food and nurturing and nutrition around you, all around you. You don't see it because you hooked on your taste buds. We need to get the poison out of our body. So the best thing to get out of our body is to put bitterness. You got dandelion roots all around you. Why do you think they have commercials and stuff? Kill the dandelion roots. Weed killer. Why do you think they have these commercials? Why do you think they create these chemicals? These chemicals, they know that your body produces a frequency. And your body not only produces what you think, but it also produces what you feel. And if your body is sick, regardless if you want to admit that it's sick, full of sugar, full of unnatural shit, it's going to permeate out to the earth. And you're speaking telepathically, energetically to earth. My body is sick. I need you to produce things for me that's going to help me get this poison out of my body. You're not verbally saying that. You're not thinking that, but your body is saying that through your, what you call, biofield. And they don't want to tell you these things, but it's all coming out. It's not like they're not telling. It's not like this information is not available to you. It's right in front of you. Everything that I'm speaking about, you can grab biology books, genetic books, and you can literally figure this shit out for yourself, my people. The problem, I told you already, that we have brothers and sisters that are capitalizing off of your mental destruction. We have brothers and sisters that are even if the complex cell, this is no lie, even if the complex cell was eradicated today, we will still hold up the same system over our brothers and sisters. There still would be some niggers somewhere talking about we need to build schools for our children to get in fucking schools. We will literally, there will be some nigger somewhere telling you you need to get a job and work in order for you to have the natural resources of the planet. There will be some fool somewhere still holding up this system that you need to pay taxes, that you need to, and that's why not only do the complex cell have to be eradicated from our lives, but those that move and think like the complex cell. This is why this is not just a natural flip over. This is not just a takeover, people. This is killing this shit at the root. The root of this plant. And I'm sorry that I have to use plants to describe my analogy, but you see a root. This root has to be cut off. This system has to be cut at the very root. And anybody that is practicing this shit, you have to go with it. It don't make a difference who you are, period. Now, go back into this right here. This clearly does not look like it doesn't look, this is a cloak. If this is 3-Eye Atlas, that's a cloak ship. And I'm very interested to see how things are going to pan out between November and December. They're not, I don't believe in, let me just say this. I don't want to say because I don't know for sure. I want to say this right here though. If they don't sign that documentation for the government to open back up and for people to get their food stamps, if they don't sign this in November going for December, or in December going into the new year, you can go ahead and stick a fork in this motherfucker. It's done. I just want you to know, you can go ahead and stick a fork in this shit. It's done. Just go ahead. So if you didn't prepare, can I do a UV weather? You know what? I haven't done one of them in a while. I'm gonna do one. You can. Oh yeah, I seen that. 3 black ships stationed by Mr. MB33. That's why I'm telling you, and these are triangle crabs. That's why I'm trying to tell you, like, whatever's coming here, or they trying to tell you that's coming here, that's not us. That's just something that they can try to spook people out, so people can be prepared, or people can expect that there is something coming from another, supposedly another dimension, but it's actually already fucking here, and that we are going to be introduced to the creators of the complex cell organism. That's it. That has to happen first. However they want to introduce, whether they want to introduce that shit across the news and some shit go across the sky, or whether they don't want to do that, or whether we just automatically see shit flying in the sky and then we see these species for what they are. Other than that, I'm telling you, it is what it is. You can sit there and think that this shit is not happening. You can sit there and be like, oh my gosh, oh, this is CGI. You can say, oh my goodness, that this is made up. I got you. I don't have no problem with that. The arrogance, sometimes our arrogance will cause our own demise. If you believe, truly believe, versus knowing that you are the only intelligent species on this realm, then you have lost it. You have lost it. And you are going to fall for this bullshit. Abundance Monarch, what's up? Abundance to your king and your family. Abundance Supreme. That you're going to fall for this dumb shit. And you can't all you have to do is ask, how did these people get here? They don't have any explanation on how the pink skin came into existence. They don't have an explanation. They told you God did it. Their God did it. This is why we don't have success. This is why we can't break generational curses, because there's so many of our brothers and sisters that are praying to God, praying to Allah. Especially think about when Ramadan comes. Think about what the month that it comes in, and think about the times of the year that they have you praying so much. The time that they so-called family get around the tables and they start praying over food. They start praying over gifts. Just think about that. That's why our future isn't bright. That's why. Because we're continuing to pass down a generational curse through a frequency. Not just our physical reaction, but through our thoughts, our mind. It's a frequency. That's why your thoughts carry weight. Your thoughts have power. This is why, even though you may not react upon your thoughts, you're still having your synapses are your neurons are communicating with each other through what you call synapses. So that shit carries weight. It carries weight. So I tell you, my brothers and sisters, we can look at this. Let me show you this one more again. Let me show you this shit one more again. One more again. One more again. And they say that shit is moving at 100 and something thousand miles per hour. Who the fuck moving through space at 100? First of all, your meteors don't even move like that. So how the fuck is that flowing through space at 100? And then hold on, let me just tell you this. It's videos of people just recording the sky and seeing ships just sitting in the fucking sky. Why is this one so important? This is the question that you have to ask yourself. Why is this one so important? Because there you see triangle crafts, you see the long tubular ships that are moving in the sky. Why is this one so important? This one right here has to do with the species that's already here. That's what I firmly believe. I firmly believe that. And it's okay if I'm wrong. I don't have a problem with being wrong. But this right here is going to bring changes to this fucking planet. What type of changes it's going to bring, I don't know. And you know how I know it's bringing some serious changes to this planet? Because let me just give y'all some 3D shit. Not just the fact that they cut off food stamps and they cutting off Section 8. The Trump just got finished saying, I'm not meeting with Putin. Fuck, and he also said that I'm not no longer conversating with Canada when it comes to the tariffs. Fuck these people. This is what he's saying. So what do you think is actually taking place? What do you think actually is taking place? All of a sudden this year, or at this time of the month, and I told you they thought they had more time. All of a sudden at this time of the year, in this month, all of this shit is going down. They shut down the instruments that those solar observatories that was monitoring 3i Atlas and that was looking at your sky. They shut down the magnetopause. They shut down the solar wind. They shut down the magnetic field lines that I was showing y'all. I guess so many black people was looking at that, they got fucking tired of that. They don't no longer want to look at that shit. They said, no, y'all can't look at that no more. They shut that shit down. NASA is shutting down the equipment that are monitoring your sky, that is monitoring the sun and its interactions with the dome as well as the planet. Why did they choose to shut all this shit down? Not to mention, they are shutting down people, social media accounts that are talking about this shit, that are literally, there are people, see, let me tell you about the complex cell. I like some of these motherfuckers. Let me tell y'all this. I like some of these complex cells, especially the ones that think outside the box. Although they may ignore what took place with black people and they might try to sweep that shit under the rug, but I will tell you this. I like the ones that like to create the same instruments that NASA and shit be having, because it ain't like you can't put these type of instruments together. These people put these instruments together, these fucking sonar, radar, whatever they put together to monitor certain sounds and frequencies in the fucking sky, and they have their cameras. And this one guy that was on TikTok, they shut his account down, but I don't know if he started another account. And he was like, yo, this is a whole fleet of ships that are moving in our upper atmosphere. And they shut his account down. So now hold on for 1 second. It's okay for us to argue back and forth about God. It's okay for us to argue back and forth about Allah, Jesus, Yahshua, Muhammad, and all the rest of them motherfuckers. And it's okay to talk about slavery. But it's not okay to talk about some shit that is moving through our upper atmosphere. But I thought it was pseudoscience. You said these people are crazy. I remember when you crazy. You thinking about some shit outside of space. None of that shit happening. It's weird. You remember all the fake accounts that was doing that shit? Now the fake accounts are running they don't even know what to say no more. The fake accounts don't even know what to say anymore. They like lost. They like a chicken with their head cut the fuck off. They are confused. They don't know what to do. They know that their time is up. So the best thing that they're going to try to do is befriend you. Befriend you now. These species are going to try to befriend you on the planet. They're going to make up excuses on why they were living off of your psychological and physical slavery. Fuck these species. Every last one of them. And I mean that. I don't give a fuck which one of them is watching my videos. Pindar, let me tell you something. Pindar, the Dragon King, I want to talk to you. Me and you can bust it the fuck up. But the rest of your fucking crew, they ain't nothing but followers. Fuck them. I don't give a fuck about none of them. Me and you, though, I want to talk to you, bro. Seriously, me and you got to have a fucking sit down, bust it up. You know what I mean? You can finish up your pineal glands that you already collected. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna eat me a fucking apple. But we going to sit there and we going to talk about this shit, bro. I want to know how you did it. Because that's some super shit. And I want to know, how long did it take for you to get this shit popping? You know? People think I'm fucking crazy when I say I'm dead the fuck set. And then here's the deal. 17 feet tall, 18 feet tall. These motherfuckers gonna be tall as shit. Yeah, and I'm cool with that. We gonna sit and have a nice conversation. I mean that. Other people gonna be shook to death and in fear. I don't give a fuck about none of that, bro. Me and you need to talk. Me and you need to talk. Seriously, how the fuck did you do this? And let me see. I want to see the laboratory that I want you to tap into my mind and show me visually, like how how y'all seen this shit happen plenty of times on fucking sci-fi movies where they tap into your mind and they can show you your past and this shit. I need you to tap in and visually show me how the fucking incubator that you had, the makeshift cul-de-sac, and how I want to know the beginning stages. I want to see how it looked in the beginning stages, and then I want to see where we were at as a people in the beginning stages of this shit. Real, this is no lie, because we are too amazing of a people. How the fuck did you do this, bro? I know you had to get us talking first. That's the one thing. You had to get us talking verbally. I got you with that. But then I want to know the small intricate shit. You understand what I'm saying to you? I told you, I'm I'm different from guys. I want to know. I want to know how you cheated on me. I just don't want. I want to know how many times you gave him head. I want to know, did you do that favorite trick that you like to trick? I want to know all. I want to know the intricate part. I don't want to just know that you cheated on me. I want to know how deep the cheating went. I want to know all of that shit. You break it all down to me. I'm a big boy. I can handle that shit. I want a motherfucker know. Don't just give me the short version. Oh, we cheated. We did this, that, and that. No. I want to know everything. Everything. I want to know the outfit you had on. I want to know what shoes you had on your motherfucking feet. I want to know if you had underwear on when you left out the motherfucking house when you went over there. Or did you have a matching panties and bras? I want to know it all. I want to know how many phone calls you got or how many phone calls you made before you fucking got there. I want to know everything. I want to know what type of foreplay it was. Yeah, I want to know all that shit. Yeah, absolutely. You going to give me full details. Absolutely. This is how, and eggs, that's me. Call it what you want. I'm good with it. So listen. Everything. I want to know everything. I mean that. I want to be like Lucy. You know, Lucy went all the way to the beginning of her creation. That's why she touched the monkey with her finger. Y'all don't remember that scene in Lucy? See, when Lucy went back to the beginning, she touched her finger and then she brought everything up to the present. Lucy. Oh man, I value my people. I appreciate you all. Please be, yeah, A to Z. Yeah, that's me. So listen, my people, I value all. I appreciate you. This 3-Eye Atlas, again, I may make some jokes. I may laugh about it. But whatever this is, it's going to bring changes to the planet. I'm telling you, before any of our brothers and sisters touch this ground, the entities that is responsible for creating the complex cell organisms, they have to show themselves. And in the process of that happening, be prepared for the power to go out. Be prepared for the economic system to collapse. Be prepared for false flags. Be prepared. If I'm letting you, this is strongly in my hearts of hearts. If they don't sign that paper, they don't sign that to. Now, I do believe they're going to sign a paper for essential workers to get paid. All federal workers, I believe they're going to pay for that. You know why? Because they need your police department gone. I just want you to know that it's going to be state troopers and military. So they gone. You can forget about your local police department. So that is done. So I believe that they're going to sign that paper to pay essential workers and federal workers. They're going to pay. They're going to sign it. But as far as the food stamps, Section 8, Social Security, nah. If that shit don't get signed by December, if this shit drags all the way out in November and drags into December, I'm telling you right now, here we go. If you ain't got your smoothies ready, get them the fuck ready and just sit back and watch this show unfold. Please, I beg you, brothers and sisters, have water and non-perishable stuff with you. Please have water and non-perishable stuff with you. Have yourself a first aid kit. Have yourself some peroxide. Have yourself some alcohol. Have yourself a flashlight. Have yourself some walkie-talkies. Have yourself a grab and go bag, and in that grab and go bag you should have things in there like, I don't mean, you know how don't have the cloth thermals. You need to have like that Under Armour gym material thermals. You need to have that on. You need to put that shit on. If you want to look cute, try it. You're going to die cute. A lot of us going to die cute and sexy. You know what I'm saying? I just want you to know we're going to die sexy. It is cool. We all right. You got to move on to move the fuck forward. It's okay. You understand? Have something that you can wrap your hair up. Women, let me just let you know, you don't want to show everywhere you go that you are a fucking woman. Listen. Let me make this very clear. have some stuff on that you can move in, and that you're not revealing that you are a fucking woman everywhere you go. Have your hair wrapped up, have some shit that have your hair tied down. Going to be exposed directly in front of you. Nobody's going to tell you about hell no more, because we don't try to talk to you. We don't try to bring it to your attention. So hell has to be shown to you. Has to be shown to you. So keep screaming that I'm not manifesting this. Oh, trust me, you're not manifesting it. You're not saying, hey, I want to be in the dark. No, you're not. I can tell you how we are manifesting this. Children, go to school. Children, it's time for a doctor's appointment. Come on, children, it's time for a doctor's appointment. Children, let's go to school. Children, listen to the police officers. Children, the court system is right. The teacher is right. Yeah, that's how we manifested this shit. The economic system. Come on, let's go on Amazon right now. Let's get the new Yeezys. Let's get the new Jordans. Let's get the new motherfucking sneakers. Let's buy the new outfits. That's how we manifested this shit. Keep thinking you need to manifest this shit by speaking real dark shit. I want to be a killer. I want to be a gangster. We already killers and gangsters. You don't see that shit? Let me explain something to you. Do you not know the nigga that's on the corner with a gun is less deadlier than the motherfucker with the master's degree? The motherfucker that's walking up down the street all day eating pizza, drinking Mountain Dew, that nigga is less dangerous than the motherfucker with the master's degree and has the occupation and the career. What the fuck is wrong with you? Are you fucking serious? Y'all don't even get this shit. Who's more dangerous, the fucking lawyer or the nigga that's sitting on the corner? Who's more dangerous, the fucking teacher or the nigga that's sitting on the corner drinking alcohol all day and killing himself? What the fuck is wrong with us? We are lost when it comes to real danger and real manifestation. We are ignoring our babies. We have to pay for this bullshit. Not necessarily pay like physical pain. We have to see it. When the deaths start happening in our immediate circle, this is when motherfuckers are going to rape the fuck up all together. See, when you sitting there and you looking at you, 1 minute you're looking at your motherfucking cousin, you're looking at your brother, you're looking at your sister, you're looking at your mom, and one of them croaked the fuck over because they ain't got no food, or one of them went outside to go try to take some shit from somebody else and they got fucking knocked the fuck off, and then you can't call 911. You can't call a funeral parlor to come and get them off the fucking streets. No, you can't do none of that. Their body's gonna be right there. That is when the shit is going to really manifest for us. It's going to be your reality. You're going to say, oh my fucking God. Everybody is going in the dark. Just like slavery took place. Everybody didn't experience slavery. Everybody didn't experience physical slavery. Just so that you know. Some motherfucker said I would rather die first than experience physical slavery. Everybody is going in the dark. But we all not going to experience the same shit in the fucking dark. Just so that you know it. So you can sit there and say, oh no, Kalai, I'm not manifesting this. I'm drinking tea. I'm calling on to my ancestors. You sound weak. Just so that you know. You might as well be a fucking slave. And it's no different than calling on Jesus. Your ancestors will never help you unless you are helping yourself the fuck first. Sit there and call on your ancestors while you know it's a mob of people coming down the fucking block, going door to door and taking your fucking food, or you're taking your children. Keep sitting there, burn some fucking candles in your motherfucking house and talk about, oh, you know what, ancestors, don't let them see my house. Don't let them see my house. My house is cloaked. My house is cloaked. My house is cloaked. Oh, ancestors, please don't let them see my house. My house is cloaked. My house is cloaked. No, here they come right through the fucking door. So you better be prepared. Be prepared for the foolishness. That's all. That's all I'm saying to you. So you can call it whatever you want. Women, please, please, my sisters, Get outfits. Every woman at this time should have a outfit that she put on that says I'm ready. Point blank and simple. Every motherfucking woman should have an outfit that she can put on that say I'm ready. The leggings, and then you put your pants on over top of your fucking leggings. That's what you do. If I was you, I would get pants that are waterproof. Don't throw no sweatpants on, because if you throw sweatpants on and it get wet, guess what? The motherfucker is heavy now. It is wagging you down. Get some pants. You can get some Columbia pants. Get you some pants that are fucking waterproof. That's what you need to do. Your leggings underneath. Your leggings underneath your shirt. The shirt that you have should have like an underarm. Again, that stuff is polyester, and a lot of that shit is not good for us. But we need to get through at least 6 to 9 months of this. We need to get through with that. Once we get through the first 6 to 9 months of this shit, then the dust will start to settle and the smoke will clear, and then people are going to naturally band together. What you got? What you got? What you can do? What you can do? And then we're going to naturally start helping each other and doing what we need to do. Mind you, it's still going to be other species here on the planet, but after the smoke clear and the dust settle, then we can come out and be like, and we'll start helping each other. But in the meantime, listen to me. Get some shit that's going to tie down your hair. Get some shit that you can wear over your motherfucking head, and understand, and you don't look like a female. It is not time for you to look like a female. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. You already look like a woman, but it's not time for you to just look like a female. Don't have your fucking breasts on display. Some of you shouldn't even put a bra on. I'm being honest with you. Put some shit that's a sports bra, some shit that had your chest down flat. I'm telling you some shit because I love you. I'm not telling you this shit to have you in fucking fear. I'm telling you this shit because I fucking love you. You understand what I'm saying to you? So have some shit that have your shit down, some outfits on, get you some motherfucking gloves. If you need, I need you to look like a fucking boy. That's what the fuck I need you to look like. You understand what I mean by that? So trust me when I'm saying to you, it'll help you out. That's all I need you to. I don't want you. Don't cut your hair off. I'm not telling you to do that. I said flatten your shit down with a scarf and tie your shit up, because they don't know if you got locks or not. They don't know if you're a guy. But I need you to look like a fucking boy. Do you understand that? Because I fucking love you. You're not going to be around real men all the time. And I need you to have what you call that? What you call that shit? What you call that thing that you had with I forgot what she called that shit. I forgot what she called. Yeah, you need to have that throttle with you. That's it, that throttle. Have that motherfucking throttle with you. You don't need to. That's all I'm saying to you. You can get mad at me all you want. You can say I'm not mad at that. Guess what? Hopefully, you don't have to go through none of that shit, but you be prepared for it. That's all I'm saying. Hopefully, you be like, you know what? My neighbor went through that shit. The people down the street went through that shit. The people 3 blocks over went through all that crazy shit. But I was able to make it through this shit. Fine, cool. But it's better to, but what they say, better to have it than not to need it, than to need it and not to fucking have it. Better to have it and not to need it than to need it and not to have it. These complex cell males out here on the street, and the fucking black males that are acting like them are fucking trifling. Are trifling, people. And I'm not saying they are fucking trifling. And these motherfuckers are, because they were ill prepared mentally, they're gonna choose some of the most dumbest shit. So just be prepared, because this right here has the whole complex cell community on fucking edge. I don't know exactly what that is or what's happening, but apparently it's gonna have some shit to do with Earth and the people that's here. That's all I can say. Y'all have an amazing, supreme, cosmic rest of y'all day. And again, stay vigilant, and I value and I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. Woman, child, and man, cosmos and earth, eternal light, each one reach one. This is how we grow. I see you, my brothers and sisters. Protect yourself at all times with knowledge, sunlight, chlorophyll, distilled water, and 3D human free. Kalama Amunra, divine gene for life. Some blood, some blood, some blood. I am not black. Yizzo, it's not about one love. It's about whole love. Peace, abundance, and gratitude to you all.